Hi people, welcome to Kotlin YouTube channel. In this video, I will show you guys how to define a variable in Kotlin. Now I will create a Kotlin file. Variables. I will create a main function. Now let's say you want to define a variable which will contain the value 10. Variable 10 equals 10. It's simple that in Kotlin we don't have to indicate types of variables. The value you entered will automatically categorized by Kotlin. If the value you entered is not too big, the variable's type would be automatically integer. So this is an integer. If the value is too big, for instance, variable 5 underscore billions equals 5 billions, that variable's type would be automatically long in the background. Because of that, this is really a big number outside of integer limits. That's why Kotlin made this variable long in the background. Let's say you want to create a long type variable but with small number like 15 or 20. Let's say 15. Variable 15 equals 15. First we define that and then put an L letter end of the number. But the letter must be uppercase. Now, this is a long type variable. It's actually really simple. There is many other types of course in Kotlin. From the Kotlin long website, you can see all of these types. There is byte, short, integer and long, as you can see. Let's define variables each of them. I'm starting with the byte. Variable 100 equals 100. And I'm going to end of the name of variable and I will write 2 dots byte. So now this is a byte. This is another way to define a variable. Actually this way is more effective in my opinion because you are seeing what you define. With this way you can define all types of variables. For example of integer. Variable example underscore int 2 dots int equals 10. Now that one and that one. These two are actually same. There is no difference except their names, but with this way you can directly see the type. Now I will make examples each rest of types. Variable example underscore long 2 dots long equals 15. This is a long now, and this was integer by the way. Variable example underscore byte 2 dots byte equals 100. This is a byte now. Variable example underscore short 2 dots short equals, let's say 23. Now this is a short variable. This is how we define variables in Kotlin. If you want to see the details about the variable types like the limits, you can visit the Kotlin long website. I mean for byte, you can define a variable from -128 to +127. So let's go to another point. If you want to define a floating point number, there is two floating point type in Kotlin, double and float. Double can carry bigger values than float. Now for instance, I will create a floating point number. Variable 10.5 equals 10.5. Kotlin made this variable double automatically in the background. Of course you can define with the other way too. Variable 10.5 underscore second way equals 10.5. Let's say we want to define this variable as a float. Variable 10.5 underscore float equals 10.5. After write the variable, you have to put an f end of the value. After I have placing f, this variable is a float anymore. You can define the float with the other way too. Variable 10.5 underscore float underscore second way. I will 2 dots float equals 10.5 f. But don't forget that if you write here 2 dots float even, you have to put an f end of the value. One more thing, I'm calling this is a second way, but don't forget that we will use this way much more because it's more useful at most of the time. Now there is last one more type. It's string, of course. It's really simple to define. Variable hello underscore string equals hello world. Now this is a string. Now I will define the string with the second way. Underscore second way, two dots string equals hello world. I will say same thing again. These two exactly are the same except their names. It's string 2. I was almost forget that. There is another type in Kotlin. Variable char underscore example equals, let's say, A or C. You can store the letters in char type. You must be careful that code must be single. Now this is a char type. Or we can define like this too. There is not difference between these defining methods. You can use which you want. So in this video we learned that how to define a variable in Kotlin. In the next video I will show you guys type conversions in Kotlin.